Hi, I'm Robin.
Hi, and I'm Bill.
You're watching Not the Retirement Show, third journey series. Today we're chatting about whether or not you're really in control of your health. So for eons, there's always been this notion out there, at least, that human beings are largely self-healing, but that's not part of our popular culture at this age and time. We're in an age where it's all about science and medicine and technology. And while all of those are absolutely good, viable things, there's also an element of responsibility. Are you truly taking responsibility for your health?
Yeah, I think the whole idea about health is that there's one person and one person only responsible for your health, and that's not your GP. It's you, and I think you have to, one has to understand that the issue of health is a very personal thing, and it involves all sorts of different things, which we can talk about. Exercise, nutrition, and so on and so forth. But as you rightly say, medicine and prescription, etc. The advances in medical technology over the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years has been staggering. And that's the whole reason why we now have about 8 billion people on the planet. They didn't all of a sudden wake up to realize that, maybe I should look after my own health. They relied on medical technology, etc.
Absolutely. So obviously, as we've said multiple times in this series, Bill and I are not doctors. We are not qualified medical practitioners, and nothing that we say should be interpreted to mean that you shouldn't stop going to the doctor or that you should stop listening to your doctor. Science, health, and medicine are your support network in your goal of taking care of your health. There is a big temptation with all the fancy advances that Bill was alluding to think it's no longer your responsibility to take care of your health. We've chatted with a lot of people who, believe it or not, actually believe it's their doctor's job to cure them. And they've sort of given up any responsibility. What does that do? Well, it means that you tend to rely on taking over-the-counter or prescription medications instead of playing a key role in maintaining your wellness.
Yeah, I think the question of who's responsible is very important. But as I said, there's only one person realistically responsible. But I also think that as you get older, then your whole attitude, perhaps, or how you view health changes, because, broadly speaking, as we get older, we get a little bit less healthy. The bones start to creak. We don't get out of the chair just quite as quickly as we used to. Sometimes we just don't get out of the chair, I guess. But so there are things that are happening to the body. And I say body on its own because I think mind and body are connected. But I think we typically see the body changing. I don't want to use the word deteriorating. I think that's not probably the right word, but there are changes to the body, and we tend to go to our doctor and say, my body is deteriorating, and I've just used the word, in some shape or fashion. What prescription can you give me to fix that? I don't think there's anything wrong in that. And maybe that is you taking care of your own health, because you are going to get, as you call it, the support mechanism from the medical fraternity. So I think there are all sorts of aspects to taking care of your body. And then, you know, in another, you know, edition, we'll talk about the psychological impact of that and how you should be looking at things and how you should be approaching your own health management.
So to give you one quick example, if you hear that you have high cholesterol, absolutely take your doctor's recommendations. Absolutely take the prescription that he offers you. But at the same time, does that mean that you should ignore your diet? Does that mean that you can tell yourself, oh, well, you know, I have high cholesterol and I'm taking my medication, so I can eat whatever I want? Or should you be doing a little bit of research and learning what kind of foods will support your system and help reduce your cholesterol, even to the point that perhaps you might be able to stop taking your medication because you no longer needed it? Or should you just throw up your hands and say, oh, well, I'm aging, I'm old now, there's nothing I can do about it? We'll let you decide.
Well, I think obviously in today's digital world, we call it Dr. Google. That in today's world, there is information all over the place. You know, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, the only place that you would have got more information would have been, you know, the library or perhaps newspapers. But there were so many restrictions to that. Maybe you just picked up the wrong book, you know, at the library. You just didn't get the right one. Or, you know, a newspaper article was telling you something that perhaps wasn't completely, you know, true and certainly didn't apply to you. Whereas today, then you can go on and search for, you know, whether it's an illness or something going wrong with you and get more information. Now, that's not a substitute. That's not a substitute for your GP's input. It's not. But to give you a little bit peace of mind, to let you a little bit more information, to look at, you know, ways to avoid whatever the problem is or ways to fix it, to use your word. There is a plethora of information from anywhere in the world, whether it's, you know, modern medicine or old-fashioned Chinese medicine or whatever it is may be. That information is available and you should make good use of that.
Well, if you're still watching, we must have said something helpful. So please subscribe to our channel and we'll chat with you again soon. Take care, everyone.
Bye.